Jason here at the Sewing Palace in Helena, Montana. I want to take a moment to talk about why the Q series of Bernina is really just a wonderful and amazing tool. And having been working at the Palace for a couple months now, I've fallen a lot of love with this machine. And I want to share with you that love and the respect that I have, because we spend a lot of time piecing our quilts together, the consideration of color, the patterns, and a lot of times we're so eager to see it done that we get it quickly quilted. The Q series adds a lot of attention to detail and artistry beyond just quilting our tops and our bottoms and the batting together. For example, we really can begin using thread as a drawing tool, as a painting tool. If you're not quite familiar with thread painting, I highly recommend Googling it, or even using the hashtag thread painting on Instagram. So with what you see here is what another staff member, Charlene, has created, where I used different scraps from pillows that I created that I've done a lot of the free motion quilting to gain other textures. That being said, the point of what I'm making and using this for is to enhance the imagery. I want my sewing and my quilting to really support the imagery and the patterns that I've created. For another example, I'm making miniature quilts here. And so I've got this screen printed ink, but I really want this nice physical tactile texture in the negative spaces, but also using other threads to enhance the other colors. So I'm taking quilt making and screen printing, and now I'm adding drawing, essentially, and painting to it. So here's what it looks like once it's finished, but I also want to take a moment to show you how easy it is to set up a Q series and how easy it is to get started. And with a BERNINA stitch regulator that you have, it takes all the hard work out of it and just makes it a breeze. I'm going to take a moment to show you how easy it is to thread a Q series. Today I'm going to be using some Isacord. This is the shrimp color. Slide that on, but before I continue, make sure that you also have some thread snips. And the thing that I love, not just about the free motion and the BERNINA stitch regulator, but I love this M-class bobbin. Holds about more than 70% than a regular bobbin does, and that way I know that I can work a long time without the thread running out consistently. I'm going to place the BERNINA name against the machine, grab my Isacord, run it through, comes to the tension, down below, I'm going to wrap a couple times. Once I have it there, I'm going to drop and just let it fill. Give it a little snip, pull it off, and the next thing I want to make sure is that the BERNINA name is outside. I'm going to draw it up, and then this way when I pull, the BERNINA name goes clockwise. I'm going to load this up. Next I'm going to take the thread, there's 2 notches at the top, run it down the side, little hook like you would with a typical sewing machine. But then here's where it gets a little, I want to say complex, but not complicated. You're going to open up this door. You're going to slide it in, run it through. Then all the details get explained with the BERNINA dealer and retailer. Coming through, drawing it down, back through, all the way, and then with the nice needle threader, gets it all ready for you. Now we got to draw up the bobbin thread. Now what's another wonderful trait with the Q series is the foot pedal. The foot pedal is going to do a lot of the magic for us, and the screen and the capabilities of your Q series are going to let your foot pedal decide on the actions. The thing that I really enjoy with this is having it not. But the first thing is going to be bringing up that bottom thread. And we're going to start this project. I like to begin in the center as much as I can. So next I'm going to bring up the bobbin thread to get this project started. I'm going to tap the base of the foot pedal to drop the needle down and to pick up that bobbin thread. So now that it is attached, I'm going to take the length of the thread, I'm going to pull it back, and that brings up that bottom thread. I'm going to take both of the strings to the side, once again giving some tension. Now I'm going to hold the bottom of the foot pedal down so that way it gives it a knot. Like so. Myself personally, I don't like to trust just one knot, so I'm going to do it again, and then I'm going to do it once more. Okay. Every time I move the fabric ever so slightly, so that way now I know that the threads are secure. I'm not going to trim the threads just yet. Now I'm going to place my foot on the pedal to engage the Bernina stitch regulator, and this will, as I move the fabric, as I move the quilt to be quilted, the sensor is picking up on the speed, and that is what's going to regulate the stitches. So all of the thread placement is dependent on where my hands are and how I direct the fabric. So engaging the pedal, and now I'm going to move my fabric. It's pretty much as it. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to go back. I'm going to snip these threads. I've got it tied 3 times. Set those aside, and now I can just have a field day with my quilting. So as you can see, a lot of this, I have an idea on how I want to quilt, but I don't have like a full-on hardcore plan. So much of it is about working intuitively, spontaneously, and just really just responding to the material that's there that the thread can engage with and respond to. So whether some of the ink is overlapping, highlighting that, whether it's double lines or a single line. Again, literally, it's not even just quilting, I'm drawing on this fabric canvas. So from here, when this would be finished, you'll get something that's a little bit and a lot more playful all over. The next thing that I'd like to do once all the background is finished is then I'm going to highlight a lot of these separate colors like I did here. So now I might have used a solid color in the background on this sheet if the thread is the same color as the background, but now I really want to use a variety of different colored threads to pull out this abstract pattern. Now the pattern also has a lot of different colors, so I'm going to engage maybe twice if not the triple amount of threads to really make this abstract painting. So I hope the process that I just showed with you, one that I really enjoy and found a lot of freedom in, I hope that's inspired you with your quilting practice. So feel free to come in and visit us if you want to sit down, give one of these a go. What I just showed you is just a small fraction of what all you can achieve with the Q series. So like I said, come in, see us. We'd be happy to sit with you so that way you too can give a little bit of a test drive to one of these BERNINA Q series.